Well, hello, driver education students, and I'm here today to talk to you just briefly about what your assignment is. Today it's a two-part assignment, and so let me just slide over here a little bit so that you can see what we're looking at. And the two-part assignment is, and this font's really small, so I hope you can see it, but you can definitely pull it up on your screen, and you'll already be looking at this. But you're going to be taking a rules of the road pre-test, and I don't want you to stress out about this. It's not for a grade. It is for a completion grade, but your actual score on the test won't affect your classroom grade, so you don't need to worry about that. The reason that we're doing this test is twofold. One, it helps me determine what existing knowledge the class has about the rules of the road, and it'll serve as a baseline so that later down the road, when we're done with the rules of the road book, I can measure our progress as a class, and we can measure your progress individually. All right, so rules for the pretest: do your best. I do want you to try to answer the questions, okay? The only other rule is do not look up answers. I know it's really tempting. You're like, you've got this thing inside of you that just says, I want to get a good grade on this, even though I haven't learned this information yet. So it's really tempting to look up answers. Don't do it, okay? And also don't ask other people for answers, especially those of you that are learning from home. Doing either of those two things, those will defeat the purpose of the pretest altogether. Okay, so to take the test, you're going to follow the instructions that I'm going to give you right now. So here are the instructions. You're going to go over to a website called Socrative.com. Okay, Socrative.com, and when you get to Socrative.com, there'll be a little login button. I've already clicked on it, but there'll be a login button up here. When you click that login button, just like this, it'll ask you to either log in as a student or log in as a teacher. Guess which one you're going to log in as? That's right, you're going to log in as a student. If you log in as a teacher, it just flat out won't work. But if you log in as a student, of course, this is going to take some time now. My Wi-Fi has been very good, and now all of a sudden it's going to slow down. Okay, if you log in as a student, you'll come to this screen, and it's going to ask you for a room name. If you're in second period driver education, your room name is driver, and it auto caps it. You don't have to type in capital letters. Your room name is driver education 2 for second period. Driver education 2, and you click join, and the next thing it's going to ask you for is your student ID. So you should know this. It's the same number that I believe you use to purchase lunch and things like that. If you don't know this, just look on Skyward. But it's whatever your graduation year is, so either 23 or 24, and then there's a 3-digit number after that. I went ahead and made myself a fictitious student account, and I made my student ID 123456. So you put in your student ID, whatever that is, and you enter into this exam here, and it'll start asking you questions. And so you're going to get to see the first question right now, maybe, as we wait for it to load. Okay, and then it's going to come up, and you'll have the questions that will appear here, and you're just going to click on the answer, and it's going to tell you whether the answer is right or not. It is illegal for 2 motorcycles to share a lane. True or false? Is it illegal for 2 motorcycles to share a lane? Can they drive next to each other in a lane, or do they have to be staggered? What's the law say? You'll have to answer that. I'm not going to tell you the right answer. Okay, but it won't take you very long to click through these. I know that might look like a lot of questions, 67, but it's only going to take you 4 or 5 seconds a question, probably. Some of them may be a little longer, but it won't take you long to click through this. Okay, so if you're a second period, it's driver education 2. If you are in sixth period, guess what the room name is? That's right, it's driver education 6. Okay, so that's what you put in for the room name, and then put your ID number in. You do not need to tell me your score. The program automatically tells me your score. So I'll see your score on Socrative. Remember, your score doesn't matter. I'm not going to share your score with anybody. I'm not going to enter your score into Skyward. It's just for me to be able to look at and see where we're at as a class, and then to compare when we're done with the rules of the road to see how much we've learned. Okay, so that's part one of today's assignment. That assignment won't take you the full 40 minutes. So when you are done with that pretest, you are going to come back to Schoology, and there will be a video posted here. It doesn't show up here, but it will show up on your screen. There'll be a video posted here about train safety. Okay, it's not a long video. This is the video here. It's only about 5 minutes. You're going to watch that video, and then there's a Google Doc for you to go to and just tell me, write a 5-sentence paragraph, a basic 5-sentence paragraph, an opening sentence, 3 body sentences, and a closing sentence. A paragraph about what you learned in the video. How did the video affect you? Describe your thoughts after watching the video. What did you learn from it? How did it affect your thoughts about crossing railroad tracks as they drive? Okay, once you've done those 2 things, you're done. That's the assignment for today. Okay, so if you run into any questions or you have any concerns or problems, please reach out to me and let me know. You can contact me directly through Schoology. Okay, in Schoology, up here at the top, there's this little envelope icon. You can click on that and message me directly through Schoology, or you can also email me. Either one is totally fine. Or if you're an in-person learner, you can just talk to me in class. But all 3 of those options are great ways to get a hold of me. Okay? All right. Enjoy the lesson today, and that's it for today.